Things like household quantities of paint, oil, chemical sprays, antifreeze, tires. I think it's up to 4 car batteries. We had about 600 cars that showed up and went through the event. We'd like for them to bring their utility bill so that we can see that they are, in fact, a Prescott resident. No charge, and it's for the residential customers.
The prescription drug abuse in our country is a national epidemic, according to the Centers for Disease Control. And we know right here in our county that tragedies that have occurred because of prescription drug abuse in recent years, 8 young people have died. Prescott Valley, and Chino Valley Police Department. And then on the Verde side, Sedona Police Department, Camp Verde Marshal's Office, and the Cottonwood Police Department. And that would be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Officers detained several people at the residence, including Gibson. Based on information at the scene as well as witness to the shooting, officers determined that Gibson and Brooks were involved in an altercation, which led Gibson to retrieve a handgun from inside the residence and shoot Brooks, killing him instantly. Brooks, Gibson, and several other people were identified as roommates who have shared the residence in Chino Valley for several years. Gibson was taken into custody and later booked into the Yavapai County Jail in Camp Verde on 1 count of first-degree murder.
It's just been there for a long time. It houses totally safe. You can shoot a 30-06 at it and it doesn't affect it. It's far enough from anybody. It's way out in the boonies that even if it blew up, it wouldn't hurt anybody. It's something that contractors and miners and things that they use. It's not just that you say, well, what is it, dynamite and stuff? Well, it's a lot of different materials that they use in explosives. And most of the time, they're fairly inert. They won't blow up until you mix them together and do something with them.
I want to do away with the so-called water fights on the 4th of July. To me, that's an abomination. And I want to make a real effort to bring the racetrack back to Prescott. I mean, those are the things that I'm interested in. It's insane to dedicate open space around a community that is surrounded by 2 million acres of open space. What we are worshiping here is an image, not reality. No, I mean, really. No, I do not support the idea that somehow green belts and open space are something that Prescott needs.
We have a lot of people that leave trash. They're thoughtless. They really don't think about the next user. And we have areas where the trash can be anything from somebody just taking their household goods out and dumping it carelessly, or it can be, we have some shooters that like to go out and they leave targets, long sleeve shirts, long pants on that cover their legs completely. We don't want any ankles showing, and then a good closed-toed boots. Depending on the job, we may provide hard hats, but if they can bring a hat and sunscreen protection, that is great.
It ensures more water into the ground and long-term sustainability of our resources here within the area. We've realized for at least 5 years now that we needed to have the additional capacity in our recharge facilities. We have a recharge facility right now within the bed of the Agua Fria River, but its capacity is really maxed out. It allows us to meet needs of new growth without depending on groundwater resources. This is a renewable resource. You know, we can withdraw those credits from the ground, supply new users, capture the effluent off the end of their wastewater stream, and put that effluent back in the ground again.
Within the next 2 or 3 weeks, once we finalize the contract documents and issue the notice to proceed. And I think it'll be a very successful project. We anticipate completion in January, weather permitting. We are only getting about 60% of the credit that we release currently out of the back of our advanced treatment facility. With this project, we'll be able to capture hopefully most of that 40% that's going to waste right now.